Sure do. So he's 8 now.
He's 8 years old.
And he's going to school, and it's a private-based school?
Yes, it's St. Coletta in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
The school started in Alexandria, Virginia, but now that Alexandria, Virginia location is for the older kids to adults, young adults with Down syndrome. And the school for younger kids is in Washington, D.C., not far from the Stadium Armory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us a little bit, so we're here at the 18 months. From 18 months until he actually got into school, what were the services that he received?
He received occupational therapy, speech therapy services. What are some of the other? And physical therapy.
Physical therapy.
Physical therapy, yeah.
And how's he doing now?
He's doing very well. He's doing very well. As I mentioned, he's high functioning. I talked about low functioning. High functioning children with Down syndrome don't necessarily display all of the physical characteristics of Down syndrome.
Okay.
With my son, you know, it's 50-50. Some people can look at him and tell immediately that he has Down syndrome. Other folks don't know until he speaks because he still has, you know, speech challenges. So.
Okay. Is that common for a child with Down syndrome to have speech challenges?
Oh yeah, that's very common.
Okay.
That's very common.
So, from a dad's perspective, having a child, especially a son with special needs, how does that affect you from a father-son aspect?
Well, it definitely changes like my vision for his future. Because before you have a child, you know, you have this fantasy of what their life will be. And when you're faced with the reality of Down syndrome, you just have to alter it a little bit. And as I've seen him mature and grow, you know, I'm maturing with him. My vision of what his future will be like is maturing now. And, you know, this is, I look at my son's face and I see my future, you know, and this is the challenge that I have. I mean, he may not, you know, he may not go to a 4-year college like his dad, but community college may be an option for him, you know, and who knows, he may be a 4-year college. But one thing that I've learned is not to put limitations on him because of my perception of his ability.
I see you talk about him with a great sparkle in your eyes and very
it's my pride
proud
and
of
joy.
him.
It's my heart.
Was there ever a time where you went through like a grieving process of what you thought he would be versus who he's transitioning to be now?
Absolutely, and that's, you know, a tough process, and, you know, time is the healer of that type of pain, you know, and you learn to. I mean, it's almost necessary. You almost have to go through that, you know, to appreciate, you know, what you have in your child. So, but yeah, I did.
What advice could you give to other fathers who are going through those early stages of having a child that's diagnosed with a disability with special needs, whether it's intellectual, physical, emotional?
I would say, you know, learn as much as you can about the condition, but don't be handcuffed by the information that you receive, because it's written in such general, broad strokes to include everyone, and know that your child's situation is unique and has its own unique set of challenges. So, you know, study your child, learn about the condition. You're going to grieve, know that you're going to grieve, but you're going to come out of that grief with a fond appreciation of, you know, what you have, and you're not alone in this. Reach out to parents who have, who are experiencing the same thing that you're experiencing. Learn about the services that are offered to help you through this. Just whatever you do, don't think that you're all alone. You'll feel that, but that's the farthest thing from the truth. And also join organizations that will help you through this period.
Now, you said that sometimes you'll go through challenges. Have there been any specific challenges that you've gone through with raising Damani?
Damani, one of the challenges was with the DC school system, because they weren't up to par at the time in offering a decent education for my special needs child. So, fortunately, we took legal action to enroll him in St. Coletta, and we've benefited from it.